Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, Golding claims that government lacks intent to seek a consensus on constitutional reform issues. Leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, is charging that there is a lack of intent on the part of the government to seek a consensus on critical issues in the proposed reform of the Jamaican Constitution. Mr. Golding says he came to this conclusion based on the failure of co-chairperson of the CRC, Marlene Malahoo Ford, to circulate a document among members that highlights several issues of significant concern in the committee's report. He says instead Mrs. Malahoo Ford submitted the CRC's report to the cabinet on Monday without giving committee members the opportunity to review and address these serious and legitimate concerns of the opposition. Addressing a media briefing Tuesday morning, Mr. Golding said the government has now sought to shift the blame to the opposition.
Public should not be hoodwinked by what is being said in the media today. We have been responsible. We have sought to participate genuinely in the process. We have very real concerns about some of the contents of the report, and we have a fundamental issue which is at the core of our party's philosophy, which needs to be addressed. And we need to hear from the Prime Minister if we're to move forward together.
The CRC report does not have the signatures of opposition representatives on the committee after Mr. Golding indicated that the transition from the British monarch as a Jamaica's head of state should coincide with a move away from the Privy Council as the final court of appeal. Constitutional expert Dr. Lloyd Barnett, speaking with the news, said he and other members of the Constitutional Reform Committee have recommended that the two political parties make a concerted effort to reach a consensus.
Because of the nature of our constitutional arrangements, then it is important that the cabinet should be in consultation with the opposition, because the need for consensus is critical to the success of the project. And therefore, in view of the fact that in this case the leader of the opposition has expressed some views on the report, then further discussions of those matters raised by the leader of the opposition is necessary.
In the meantime, opposition leader Mark Golding has pulled the 16 clauses from the Constitutional Reform Committee report for comment. He said it should be clearly stated that the official name of Jamaica as a state is not to be changed to the Republic of Jamaica, but is to remain as a Jamaica. The proposed formula for the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition to achieve consensus on the choice of president has also not found favor with Mr. Golding. He said any solution which enables the president to be approved via a simple majority vote of both houses of parliament effectively incentivizes the Prime Minister to choose someone who he or she perceives as favoring his or her party. Mr. Golding is also not in support of the proposal for appointing an interim president to act in a temporary vacancy. Changes relating to the composition of the Senate and the extension of the parliamentary term beyond the 5 years are also being opposed. On other issues, Mr. Golding has sought clarity from the Constitutional Reform Committee. The Jamaica Labour Party has expressed the disappointment with the refusal of the People's National Party to sign the report of the Constitutional Reform Committee. Member of the JLP's Public Relations Council, Senator Shireen Golding Campbell, says that despite the significant progress made in acting on widespread public sentiment that Jamaica should become a republic, PNP President Mark Golding has chosen to potentially derail the process by making demands at the proverbial 11th hour. Senator Golding Campbell said that the JLP is hopeful that the PNP will allow the agreed consensual process to continue. Known Jamaicans involved in farm worker bus crash in Florida. Minister of Labor and Social Security, Pernell Charles Jr., has confirmed that a known Jamaican farm worker on the Overseas Employment Program was involved in Tuesday morning's bus crash in Florida, where 8 farm workers have so far succumbed to injuries. In a release to the media on Tuesday afternoon, the minister said, "We extend our condolences to the family and the friends of the farm workers whose lives were lost in this unfortunate accident." In an article from CNN, the Florida Highway Patrol reported that approximately 53 farm workers were aboard the bus when it collided with a 2001 Ford Ranger at approximately 6:35 a.m. The bus then exited the roadway and ran through a fence before overturning. 8 people have been confirmed dead and 45 injured, according to emergency officials. However, authorities believe, based on the extent of the damage, the death toll may increase. Police Commissioner warns gangsters. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake is urging gun-toting gangsters not to challenge the police if they value their safety, as doing otherwise might not end peacefully for them. In a press release issued by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Blake explained how an individual caught with an illegal firearm should respond when confronted by the police. When approached by law enforcement, your safety and the safety of others are paramount. If you find yourself in a situation where you are in possession of an illegal weapon, remember cooperation is your safest option, said Blake. Here's what you can do. Immediately put down the weapon, distance yourself from it, and show your hand. Make it clear that you are not a threat. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is committed to ensuring your safety and the safety of our communities. Our preferred outcome in every encounter is a peaceful resolution, added Blake. In outlining the importance of following his advice, Blake said it will not only help to de-escalate situations, but will also open the door for the confronted person to have their day in court. Let us help you make choices that lead to a safer outcome for everyone involved. Remember, showing your hands, putting down the weapon, and cooperating fully demonstrates your commitment to peace, said Blake. Blake said that the JCF has no desire to kill anyone, hence his desire to see criminals surrender peacefully when confronted by the police, noting that that is how they would like to see every encounter end. Children's Advocate proposes character education to stem school violence. On the heels of Monday's fatal stabbing of a student in Manchester, a social curriculum that focuses on values and good character is being recommended as a suggestion that could mitigate the high levels of violence in schools. A 17-year-old boy is now in police custody after being implicated in the death of 20-year-old Akeelia White, a student of the Catholic College in Williamsfield. Another 17-year-old student was stabbed in that incident and has been hospitalized for treatment. Classes were suspended at the school on Tuesday. Children's Advocate Dan Gordon Harrison says amid a discourse about the root causes of this flare-up, character education must be placed at the fore.
Has been gaining a lot of steam, particularly in other jurisdictions, where as a part of the academic and technical delivery of teaching and learning, students are incorporated into a full curriculum at each grade level in terms of morals and values. And so it takes different forms. It could be that it's interwoven into different subjects. It could be a standalone subject like personal development, where we teach persons how to become socially appropriate individuals, because we need to be reculturing our people, including children, into how we need to be operating if we're going to be a fully functional society. So we are having a serious situation where it's almost a come to Jesus moment, where we have to determine how do we guide from the very infancy stages right throughout.
2 charged for lottery scamming in St. Anne. The 2 suspects who were arrested last Thursday by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency in connection with suspected lottery scamming activities have been charged. The 2 were charged on the weekend for breaches of the Law Reform Fraudulent Transaction Special Provisions Act. They are 24-year-old Nicole Pottinger of Miami Bay, St. Anne, and 40-year-old Melithia Green of Draxall, St. Anne. The 2 were arrested during a joint operation between MOCA and the personnel from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch in St. Anne. Investigators say lottery scamming paraphernalia were found in their possession during the operation.